Okay, this is my review of UFC 134, UFC Rio. It had Anderson Silva versus Okami on there. But let's first start off with, man, I'm going to make this video short and sweet. Today I had my Naga competition, guys, and I dislocated my jaw in the middle of the match. Painful stuff, and just got it re-popped back in, so it really hurts me doing this video as far as talking wise and eating and stuff. It's real sore still. So I'm going to make this real short and sweet and really just get to the point. By the way, I lost my Naga match. I'm going to post it on YouTube later. I lost by 2 points, 0-2. Isn't that crazy? But anyway, you win some, you lose some. So let's first start off with Louise Kane versus Ned Cove. Ned Cove defeats Kane with a KO punch, basically, or TKO punch, I should say, technical knockout, in the first round. Wasn't long before he just laid the haymaker on him and finished him off. Then we have Nogueira versus Brendan Schwab. I picked Brendan to actually go in there and actually use his power to really control the fight and really box Nogueira. And like I said, I knew Nogueira was going to not use his submission and basically go in there and try to use his boxing skills to really show him off, because most fighters do that. They get tired of doing the same thing over and over. But this time, Nogueira goes ahead and has the better boxing skills and KOs Brendan Schwab and knocks him clean out in the first round. Go figure. So Nogueira wins this one by KO punches in his home country, town, whatever. Or I'm sorry, home country, home city, whatever. But then we have Ross Pearson versus Barboza. Barboza defeats Pearson by split decision. I think this was the only decision on the whole card. Only decision. And then we have. Well, before I do that, let me jump back to the Pearson one. It was a back and forth type of match. Both of these guys, you know, I say Barboza won it fair. He really did. He used a lot of his technical boxing skills, and they went back and forth. But to me, it was a really fair match and a really good equal footing match. It was a it was a hard match to call. It really was. But like I said, Barboza won that one. Then we have Shogun versus Forrest Griffin. Forrest Griffin, basically, you know, I have no respect for the dude. I mean, he basically gets KO'd in the first round, gets hit on the top of the head, it looks like, grazed in the back of the head, kind of, and falls to the ground. Then gets hammered fist on the way down and hammered fist on the ground and gets knocked out, looks totally unconscious, and Shogun wins. But what really pisses me off is the guy he runs out of the cage again before they even raise the hands, which is kind of disrespectful, because Shogun, if he would have got knocked out, he would have definitely stayed there while the other opponent gets his raised hand. It's just a respect thing. This guy continues to lose his matches and get knocked out in a dominant fashion, and he still runs out of the ring like a pussy. You know, that really pisses me off. Just take your loss like anybody else and just deal with it and build and become a better fighter. It makes no sense to run out of the ring like a little girl with with a tantrum, you know, and just go out there and just run to the back of the arena because you got knocked out. Everybody else who got knocked out in the car stood there and said, you know, thank you, you know, thank you for the time, thank you for allowing me to have this match with you. But this joker runs out of the arena basically. Anyway, I hope they don't put him on a main on co-event cards. This guy doesn't deserve it at all. Just totally disrespectful. But anyway, then we have Anderson Silva versus Okami. Okami does exactly what I know Shell told him not to do, and he decides to stand up with him. He did a lot of clinch dirty boxing at the beginning, but he started to see that it wasn't really working because Anderson was still getting blows in here and there with his striking. So he decided that, instead of clinching, how about I do the regular striking, arm's length, instead of using wrestling to take him down and to hold him there so you can control him and land your shots that you need to land, which he did not do. He basically stood there and got picked apart by Anderson and knocked down. Anderson telling him to show them, hey, get back up. Let's fight again. Then second round comes and he gets knocked down again, and then Anderson literally slowly walks over to him and hammer fist, punches in his guard. Just picking his punches till the referee came and stopped it. It just shows that Okami was definitely out of his league, and everyone knew that even though he won that match years ago, that he still would have lost, and this just definitely shows it. Anderson is just totally in another league than Okami. Just please make the GSP match. That's all everybody's asking. GSP match. Because that's the only place this man can go, is GSP. He just needs to make the GSP match and then retire. Because there's nobody out there who can fight unless they combine the Strike Force with UFC, which isn't going to happen until another year and a half or so. So Anderson wins this one by TKO in the second round to retain his belt. So there you go, guys. That's my review of UFC 134. I'll see you on the predictions for UFC 135. Peace. Once again, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks.